everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Dino Gadget. Sorry I haven't been posting much recently. I got sick, and so I kind of forgot about this and so on. And then also you will hear me coughing. It's allergies. It's just allergies being annoying. Anyway, so Doki Literature Club. Not too long ago, I found that on E3. Anyway, or I think it was E3 something. Anyway, for game releases and so on, they did Doki Literature Club Plus. And me being me, I already had Doki Literature Club. Doki Literature Club Plus sounds interesting. And from what I can tell, I think it's just the base game with added stuff. So this should just be the base game. Anyway, I thought I should play it. Warning, as it had before, or it gave me a warning before, so warning here, this game is not suitable for younger children. It is a horror game. It's supposed to be a horror game. I didn't find it that much in horror, but you know, that's just me. Who knows? Anyway, it's a really good game. I love it. I like it. Anyway, let's do a new game. Enter my name. Should I just go with Dino Gadget? Sure. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Hold on a quick second. I need to change music volume. I like music and all, just a bit much. Okay. Let's put it here. Okay. Alright, you know, the kind of friend you've known, or you'd never find or see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again? But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Dino Gadget.
I should have just put Dino. Would have been easier. Most people just tend to call me Dino. It's easier. Whatever. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine.
But you did wait for me after all.
I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want.
Or don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. You play it, or the main character is actually male. I'm female, so it's different, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Dino, Alright, I know. Have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club?
I told you already.
I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. So probably did that, yes. Sorry, I swear to God. I think about coughing, and it just makes me want to cough more. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Anyway, Suri seems to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on an average. Or just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Oh, that sounds like me, just playing games. I don't watch anime as much, oddly enough. I do like anime, but, I mean, I'm not into as many, so...
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
What? I honestly don't know what that even means. But, I mean, this character has gone on just fine, or probably will go on just fine, not socializing too much. I have gone on just fine, not socializing too much. Introverts, oddly enough, are perfectly fine. Or, well, not oddly enough. Introverts are just perfectly fine as they are. Though I am not an introvert. I am an ambivert. I am one of the weird ones who... I think I'm an extrovert, but I act more like an introvert, so I don't know.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
At least promise me you'll try a little.
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Why do you let yourself get lectured by her in general? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Suri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. No choice? You have choice. You can easily go and check out the gaming club. I remember I had gone to this one little, it was like a private summer school. It was small, it was nice though. And they would, or at lunch or so, I don't remember when it was, but they would have this, on certain days they would have a gaming club. I think it was like Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed doing that. All we would basically do is just kind of sit in front of a large TV with a Nintendo Switch and controllers, and we would play like Super Smash Bros. I had not a clue what in the world I was doing, and so I just usually like to pick Lucario, and somehow I kept managing to survive for a long enough period of time. I remember the first time I was playing it, I didn't even know which character I was. I got so confused so quickly. But it was fun. It was fun. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
That shouldn't be impressive. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Now what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
There is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie. Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she did because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I don't think she has any of it planned out. I think she was just trying her best. She's trying to use psychological games against you. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member.
I glance around the room.
Welcome to the literature club.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Dino Catcher, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
Oh, words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Well, yeah, you're the main character in a horror dating simulator. What do you expect?
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Dino Gadget. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come, sit down, Dino Gadget. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. And the whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
But why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the teacup, or to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yuri's just trying to impress you? That's not true. Or that's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And then I'm surprised there aren't many people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. No, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Dino Gadget, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. That can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Well, yeah, that's one way to draw out an introvert. Introverts will tend to at least make friends with introverts. Introverts will open up a lot more, and you will definitely see a difference. They will open up a lot more when they are talking about things they are passionate about, such as, in this case, Yuri, reading. So, ask her about all these other book things, and she could just get talking for hours. And you'll notice that she's not acting the same as she did before.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I've read a horror, let's see. I've read three, four horror books. I have read 4 horror books thus far. 3 of them were Five Nights at Freddy's, Silver Eyes series, and one of them was for Bendy and the Ink Machine, the Dreams Come True or something like that. Oh, Dreams Come to Life, that's what it's called. I've also kind of written my own horror fan fiction. It's on Bendy and the Ink Machine. All I really did was I took the main character Henry, I changed it to a female, named it Charlie, and then I just kind of basically have it where she has, or go with the regular story that they already have in the game, where she goes through the studio. I also may or may not have shipped her with my favorite character, Sammy, but that's beside the point. So, yeah, it's fun. I liked it. I liked writing it. It was nice. And people actually seem to like it, so, I mean, hey. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror!
Oh, why's that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What?
What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back!
Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sari slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Once upon a time ago, I got into writing poems. It was basically during middle school, I was learning more about poetry and different styles of poetry. One of the main things I learned was free verse poetry. I absolutely love using free verse poetry. It's so much easier than any other form of poetry. I don't know, it's great. I love it. I don't do it too much anymore whatsoever, but I did, when I learned about it, just like, oh my god, I could, or this is so much easier and nicer, and I love it. I loved it. It was great. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You won't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence.
The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monaco. Monocle, yes! She is one of those articles of clothing that, she is a, basically one lens of glasses, or of a pair of glasses. Anyway, let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it!
Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Dino Gadget? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought...
Dino Gadget.
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down.
Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Dino Gadget, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Dino Gadget, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Thus, today marked the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. And that poem will have to wait. I can read this part. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, I'm not looking to actually, let's save this. Okay, but yeah, I'm not actually looking to go for any particular girl, or even Monica, but, I should, since this video is getting long, I should end it here. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!